Hello everybody, this is Beast, lead guitarist to Shattered, and this is Riffs and Rails. This is a music shop that my parents own, and I work here. I teach guitar here. We do band practice here. This is where we're recording our album. It doesn't much look like a music shop, except for right here. Normally, it does though, but you know, this is where we have been rocking out last night. We're going to be rocking out today and a little bit tomorrow to try and get this album done. So far we got the drums all done and halfway through with the bass guitars. So hopefully today we can get the rest of the bass and all the guitar done. Maybe start on the vocals. This is what we're using here. We've got a PV soundboard, 16 channel, not too shabby. Plus Steve, our recording engineer, he's not here at the moment, but he's got a laptop, Apple, that he hooks up to that, and it sounds pretty good. Custom mixer speakers and mixer there. Use that for playback. This is the bass guitar of Jake, our bassist, of course. It's an Ibanez, very smooth sounding bass, sick. This is what I'm using for the recording. What I will be using, it's my BC Rich Bitch Masterpiece model. She's been probably the most rugged, sturdy guitar I've had in all my years of playing, and it gets the job done every time. Very dependable guitar. But yeah, this is the place where the magic's happening. So yeah.
Dead by now. That was a bigger epidemic than fucking anything.
Yeah, let me get this. A straight, white, rich American male went over to Africa, somehow ate the brains of this green monkey, and got the AIDS virus. Came back to America, this rich, white, straight American male.
Was kissing black.
And then spread the AIDS virus. This rich, white,
and they give to their gays.
Straight male spread the AIDS virus to gay people and black people and poor people. Because he wasn't hanging out with his own kind. Hell no.
Well, no,
you got AIDS, who the hell's going to want to hang out with
A virus that mutates against any vaccination is not natural. It comes from the test tubes.
When they developed that stuff, they thought they didn't realize how many heterosexuals it knocked off. They figured it knocked off most of the homosexual society. It was like kind of like an LSD experiment that like they did the United States. And it's a government. It's a bacterial warfare. They got the antidotes for this shit. They'll never give it up. You know, they'll never fucking everyone dies.
Famous sports persons there have been in the last 30, 40 years that came up with AIDS or cancer and are still around.
Magic Johnson?
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't
Well,
die,
that's because they want more.
He's still alive, right?
He injected himself with cash.
Yeah. He's still alive, isn't he?
Yeah.
The people that were into it want him to live. They don't want him to die, so they probably want him stuck up and, you know, popped him while he's in the hospital and somebody didn't even know it.
Right.
And all of a sudden his viruses just went down, you know.
Right. Well, my favorite one's the population control.
Repeat.
Hit from the ground up, he's 7'3".
What's in trouble with you?
I don't know.
I
got his number right here.
How did you feel about Beyond the Fading Light last night?
What do you mean?
Is it going to suck too much if you have to record it again?
Are you serious?
Well, Steve put it in stereo instead
of
of mono, so you may or may not have to. He's working on it now, so you may have to re-record it.
Are you recording this?
Yeah. Alright, this is day 2 of recording here at Riffs and Rails. Our practice space dash music shop dash skateboard shop. Yesterday we completed all the drum tracks and we got half of the bass tracks. Day 2 will involve all of everything else.
the other half of the bass tracks, all the guitar tracks, and as soon as Matt shows up, we start doing vocals, and then we mix and master. So, it's gonna be a long fucking day.
All right, Mike in the exact same spot.
I don't mean to seem ready.
So how did you find out about Shattered?
Well, actually, that's kind of a longer story. About, I'd probably say 6 years ago now. 5 to 6 years ago, Rips and Rails in Emery, Wisconsin, best music store in Wisconsin, started up, and I came here with 2 of my friends who was in an old band of mine, and they wanted to show me the place because it was a music place. And once I came here, I loved it so much. I mean, it was just cool to see like a music shop in rural Wisconsin, like actually making kids love music and love skateboarding. Even though I'm not a skateboarder, it's so cool to see a place like this for those people. And while I was there, the owners of the store, Dan, Jeanine, Vadnais, have a son, Brian, you. And I found out about him, and he was an amazing guitarist the first time I heard him a few years, all the way back then. And even though I mainly heard him stick with blues for the most part, I loved playing it because they used to have like Sunday jam sessions here. And I used to come here as many Sundays as I could and just like jam out with different people. And the one I felt the most connection with while playing was Brian, just doing some 12-bar blues jams. And
Oh yeah, dude. I miss some days, brother.
I do too. And a little bit after that, we kind of went our separate ways. I did want to be in a band with him, but it was right around the time that he was about to join Not Far Behind, and I had different ventures I was going off to. My first legitimate band was called My Personal Fate, and if you think about it, that's kind of where My Crimson Fate came from. It was just bass and drums. And then we had a falling out as well, and then I started getting into the local Wisconsin cover band scene. And I was in about 4 to 5 different cover bands within about 4 or 5 years, and that really got my drumming into where it is now. Even though I was just like playing standard rock music, everything from like, you know, like a mainstream country to Pantera's Becoming.
Yeah.
I played everything in between.
Well, it helps keep your chops
Oh,
up.
absolutely.
Definitely.
And then I would probably say it was last May, I was checking out my MySpace, and I noticed that Brian, you, put up a bulletin and saying that you were looking for musicians to start a new metal band to kill off screamo music. That right there made me write out a message saying that I want to kill off screamo as well, and I want to start a real fucking metal band. Bring back what's missing in most metal nowadays, at least in the mainstream metal.
I hear ya, yeah.
Underground, it's still there, but not as popular. I know we can bring it back.
That's like what, you know, Maiden and Megadeth and Metallica and Pantera and Testament and Overkill, all them guys bring to the table.
You know, just like bringing back thrash, because you don't need to sound like Cookie Monster, and you don't need to sound like a pig and screwed in the ass.
Yeah.
to make metal.
Yeah.
I mean, it used to be that you actually had to train your voice, not smoke Marlboros until you get throat cancer.
Yeah.
You used to actually be able to have to sing.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Even though our singer Matt Davis, one of the best singers I'll ever be in a band with.
Oh yeah.
He does use some screaming as well, but it's just for effect.
It's tasteful.
It's tasteful.
I don't even consider it screaming. To me, it's just a growl. You know what I mean?
It's like an aggressive vocal, and the clean vocals is what really stands out, and that's what I love about it.
Hell yeah, it's them. You know, the bands I just named off a few seconds ago. It's, you know, they didn't give a fuck about what anyone else thought, and they knew they were onto something because it was different, and that's what makes it. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Here's Jake, ladies and gentlemen. Jake, bass player. Jake, say hi.